My family is huge, like many Mexican families. I counted one day and I have 35 first cousins. You know, even though you're not living in the country where your family's from anymore, celebrating Día de Reyes every year is a way to just, hold on to that place for a little bit longer. I'm Fernanda Cortes. I'm from Guadalajara, Jalisco. I'm now living in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am a content creator on TikTok. I ended up on social media just completely by accident. I always talk about Latino culture and Latino history, and it's something that I've always been a big, huge nerd about. I just put it out there, not knowing if anybody would find it interesting. I was just like, just post it, see what happens. And thankfully, people really liked it. I moved to Phoenix when I was around 10, 11 years old. I didn't grow up speaking English, so my first day of school, I was just thrown in with the rest of the kids. I always found a group of kids who were Hispanic. We spoke Spanish, we would speak Spanish in class and make fun of the teachers. When you meet someone and they're also Hispanic, it's just, you click right away. I can't explain it, but I'm very thankful that I grew up in a place where there was a big Hispanic community around me. Cute. And Día de Reyes is traditionally the holiday to celebrate the three kings that brought gifts to Jesus, and it is the last holiday in the Christmas festivities, and it's celebrated on January 6th. Growing up as a kid, Día de Reyes was kind of like the last special day to get a present. It was the last special day in the holidays before the holiday season wrapped up and before we had to go back to school. So when you drive by your Hispanic friend's house and all the lights and all the trees are still up, we're not lazy, we're not crazy. We're keeping them up for Día de Reyes. The holiday season feels very special. I love the food, I love the festivities, I love the weather. I live in Phoenix, so cold to us is like 50 degrees. This is the before. We're still getting ready to decorate. When we decide it's the day to decorate for Christmas, we usually get all the boxes out of the garage, open them up, see what we have. The house is always a party. There's always music blasting. We do put on Christmas music in Spanish as well. There's a song called Mi Burrito Sabanero. I think we try to keep it traditional. I feel like it makes it a little bit more sweet, a little bit more nostalgic. And we'll see what color ornaments we have, and then my mom usually decides what color we're doing that year.
So this year we're making red and white and silver.
I feel like I will put up an ornament and she will come up behind me and move it. She'll be like, oh, that's nice. It goes down here. One word to describe my mom, I would say eccentric.
Hi.
So cute. Her makeup is always a different color, different colored eyeshadow, lipsticks. That's my mom. She's amazing. My dad does the heavy stuff or hanging up the lights real high up. My dad, I would say, is more like a big teddy bear. He's really tall and he's really big, and everyone always says he looks really scary. But I'm like, no, he's just a big teddy bear. He's a big sweetheart.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. My sister is about 3.5 years younger than me, and I feel like we are yin and yang. We're totally different. I feel like I'm more outgoing and talkative. She's a more shy and introverted one. My sister is so camera shy. I have begged her, I've bribed her. She's never on any of my videos, Instagram pictures, nothing. We have our ornaments that, my sister and I made when we were in school with the ugly yearbook pictures and then when we were kids. Working alongside my family is part of the fun. My family will make fun of me, make fun of my videos. It comes from a place of love. They'll pick fun, they'll roast. My parents think it's so cool. I love doing special things with my family, spending quality time together. I think the move to the States and being mostly just us made us extremely close. So they're my best friends.
Merry Christmas to everybody. And cheers.
So you traditionally put out your shoes by the Christmas tree, and the little kids are told that the three kings are gonna come by and leave you a gift. Being a kid getting 2 rounds of gifts is great. Usually the gifts for Three Kings Day are a little bit smaller, but looking back, I know it's because your parents just went all out for Christmas, so it's gonna be a little bit smaller for Three Kings Day. Dia de Reyes is almost like a New Year celebration. Just because it's at the very beginning of the year, you clean the house to signify the new year. As an adult, I think you realize how hard it is to get everyone together. Everyone has their own lives, everyone has their own commitments. So it's kind of like the last day to drag out the holidays a little bit to get to spend quality time with each other. The Rosca is kind of like a pan dulce. It is the traditional dessert that is eaten on Dia de Reyes. It is like oval shaped. On top of it, there's different like glazed fruits. You have to go to a panaderia. They have all the different pan dulces like laid out, and you just go out and you pick out which one you want. The family gathers around on the rosca, and we cut the rosca open, and there's little plastic baby Jesus hid around the rosca, and whoever gets the baby Jesus owes the rest of the family a tamale party. I have brought over friends who aren't Mexican or who don't celebrate Dia de Reyes, and I explained to them, listen, there's a plastic baby Jesus in this rosa, but it's not weird. Just go with it. If you get it, you're gonna owe us all tamales, but it's fine. My parents are traditional Mexicans, so we've carried on our culture with us ever since we moved here. The foods we eat, our customs. My parents never try to make me assimilate. My parents never try to make me forget my language or make me forget my roots. You know, I talk a lot about the misrepresentation of my community, the misrepresentation of my culture. Someone that I always talk about in every interview is Selena. When I see her family, I'm like, that's my dad, that's my family. When I see her, I'm like, wait, that's like me. I think that's why representation matters so much. So I just try to advocate for that, and I try to show the beauty and what our community can bring to the world. You know, having a culture is such a beautiful thing. It's such a deep and rich history that we have with us. Learning about your family's journey, I think is beautiful, and I don't think it's ever too late. I loved getting to share with y'all how my family celebrates Dia de Reyes every year, how we put up the tree and cut up the rosca. Check out all the other episodes in the series and subscribe to Target's YouTube channel.